Welcome, blockchain generation. You know what? It's a new day, and we are excited about today because this market keeps going down. Yeah. As I said yesterday, uh, being a little facetious right there on the offset, but at the same time, I'm really being serious. I'm really pretty stoked at what is happening right now, and some of you are not liking me for saying that, but uh, I just don't know how else to say it. But it's time for us, group. It's time for us to start kicking some pigs. And when we talk about kicking pigs, we're talking about moving it to the next level. This is what we've been waiting for. The pigs are ready. The pigs are ready to be kicked. And we are positioning ourselves to kick them. And if you're a part of this group already, then you're a pig kicker. Realize it or not, you're a pig kicker. And we want you to stay here with us. And I want to say on the offset, we're going to look at some practical things today. And we're going to look at another way to move your money from your bank account into a crypto account. And we're going to keep it short, and we might do another live stream at some other point in the day. But before we go there, I want you to be a part of this journey with us. Uh, I've told you before, I'm not, it's not like I'm making $1 million by doing this. I'm committing to this, and I've got like, 5 followers on YouTube. Obviously, it's not the money. It's that I have the time, I have the passion, I know what I'm talking about. I am confident in that. Don't know everything, but I've got a good 5 years under my belt in this world, which is half of its lifetime. And I want to share that. I get asked all the time, this question, that question, this question. And that ended up really spawning what is now the blockchain generation webcast. And I want you to join, and I don't want you just to kind of join halfway. I really would ask you to go to YouTube. I would ask you to go to YouTube first. And that is where we're going to really build this the best way and be able to really answer questions in the best way. I've said before, I do love Instagram, but Instagram doesn't integrate yet with a lot of these streaming platforms that we use to really broadcast to the widest market. We have to go through some different rungs to get there. So I don't get your chats. I don't get things that are coming through. So if you go to YouTube and you would search blockchain generation, and right now we're pretty much non-existent. So we might not even come up yet, but you can put blockchain generation and then add behind it Toby Clark. And I have found that brings us up at least, and it'll take some time for us to start rising in the algorithm there. But if you're on Instagram, you can see in my profile, there's a direct link to YouTube as well. We are on Twitter. We are on Twitch as well. We're on Facebook. You can see at the bottom all of the usernames there. Very easy. Go follow us on all of them. That would be even better as we move forward, pressing on. We want to help you, but we also want to help as many people as possible. There's no reason to be doing this and spending the time and the money and the effort to do it if I could just have a simple conversation with 5 people. I'm already doing that. So the reason we want to really launch this and launch it in the right way is I know there's hundreds of thousands of people, there's millions of people for that matter, that are looking for content like this. And what is this content? If you're brand new, you haven't watched our welcome video or anything, we are I believe, in between. We're in the gap of what exists on YouTube and every other platform when it comes to crypto. We're not going to be a high level TA channel. We're not going to be a prediction channel. We're not going to try to help you figure out charts. There's plenty of people that do that way better than me. I am not an expert in that. I am an expert in doing what I do best, and that is research, finding new things faster than anybody else, and making sure that we're first to the market. I'm going to give you the tools that you need to get to where you need to be so that you can start looking at the charts and you care about the charts and the inflows and the outflows and the predictions and everything else. But I'm going to leave that up to other people that are more qualified, so go follow them if you want to. totally fine with me. But we're going to stick to what we're good at, and that is giving you tools, research. Okay, so let's get on to today's little tidbit, and that is yesterday we showed you how to sign up using the Voyager app. And I would say Voyager is probably my favorite out of the three that we're going to mention. We've already talked about Voyager. Today we're going to talk about Crypto.com. It's another app. And then possibly tomorrow we will also talk about my least favorite these days, which is Coinbase. But often Coinbase is the first go-to for people. I would suggest not going to Coinbase. In fact, I might do a video that just says that. Don't use Coinbase. There's better options available that, in my opinion, are less fee-oriented. They're more streamlined. They're more thought out than even Coinbase is. What Coinbase has is that they were first to the market. They did a great job. They're still doing a good job. But I think these other options, in my opinion, are even better. Not financial advice, right? So Crypto.com. What is Crypto.com? Crypto.com is another app, and you'll see in a second, it does also have a web presence. We'll go there in a moment. But unfortunately, as U.S. citizens, if you're a U.S. citizen watching this, we cannot use the Crypto.com exchange. So there's two things here. There's a Crypto.com exchange that is currently not open to U.S. citizens. If you're watching this outside of the U.S., you're very likely to be a country that is accepted in the Crypto.com exchange. And I don't get to use it, but I would advise you to use that. I think that would be a great option. But the rest of us, for whatever reason, all this U.S. regulation and stuff, everybody has to be so super careful. They do allow us to use the app version. I am not certain to know why that is, but it is what it is, right? And that's okay. So most of you are going to need to, if you're in the US, you're going to need to access Crypto.com through your phone, whether it be through an Android or whether it be through the iOS, an Apple iPhone. So I'm bringing this up on the screen, and I'm actually going to trade positions with it and bring our captions off. And let's look at this. This is when you go and you search on your computer, or on Safari on your iPhone or Android phone. This is actually, I pulled up the wrong. I'll put this in the description. I went ahead and jumped to the app page because that's really where we're going to be. But if you can go to the App Store, you know this already, and you can just search Crypto.com and it will bring it up. Or you can, on your Safari, you can type in Crypto.com and it will give you the option, a little button with the little Apple or with the little Android, and it will then take you to the App Store, and this is what you'll see. Okay. Then you'll download the app. Simple so far. And you'll do what we talked about yesterday in Voyager. You'll simply sign up. It's not rocket science. We've been going long enough in this whole journey. Crypto or blockchain technology it has its first 10 years under its belt, and as you know, first 5 years were pretty much non-existent. I mean, things were happening, but the majority of people knew nothing about it. And then the last bull run, which was like 2016, 17 timeframe, when we really started to move up with Bitcoin, especially, and a lot of altcoins began to follow. Well, that was the first time that the public began to really see the potential in this. And even then, we didn't get into the mainstream. We kept hoping that we would make it into the mainstream, but we hadn't made it yet. Then we went into a severe bear market for about 2 years. And then about 18 months ago or so, we started to come out of bear territory back into what we've seen as the last bull run. And then we went to all-time new highs. Bitcoin almost hit 70,000, hit 69,000. So it tripled what the last bull run had done. And in the meantime, there's been a lot of time for these companies behind the scenes to be building out their technology and to be building out their ease of use. And that's why Voyager and Crypto.com, I think, are two of the best, because they've been around, especially Crypto.com has been around a lot longer than even Voyager, but they both are very streamlined in the way that they operate. So go to Crypto.com one way or the other, download the app, go ahead, and it's going to ask you to follow through just some sign up steps. And you can see in the description, I think I have it in all of the descriptions. Let me make sure that it's also in the... did this get put into the Instagram? I'm trying to use this software, and yep, I think I just added the comment. If you're on Instagram, you hopefully, yep, you can see it now. You can see the link there in Instagram. Of course, links don't help you because you can't click the link, but I show the little promo code. If you're listening to this on YouTube or something, you can see the direct link. It'll take you directly to it. Using that, again, this is not where I'm not like making a bunch of money. This is not the point of this video, you guys. But when they give us the opportunity to both get something out of signing up, why wouldn't we take advantage of it? That's all I'm saying. So just like Voyager, a little different, but just like Voyager, it's the same dollar amount. They're going to give you $25. Now, in this case, it looks like they're not giving it in Bitcoin, which in some ways I think is better. They're giving it to you just as US dollars or possibly USDT in a stable coin. I'm not sure. Then you can decide what you want to do with that. You can watch the market and you can invest that wherever you want, however you want at that point. So I think that's possibly even better, but it's kind of a wash either way. But use that promo code or that link so that you get the benefit of getting $25 free. And if you don't want to use it, that's fine. But I don't understand why you wouldn't use it. I've used these myself when I signed up and took advantage of it. And this was when, you got to remember, Bitcoin was like, $7,000 back in the day. And that $25 in Bitcoin or whatever, if you kept it, would be worth, hundreds of dollars now. So it's worth doing, you guys. It's worth doing. So once you sign up, she'll put in the promo code, and then you'll attach your bank account once again to the Crypto.com app. It's very easy. It's very simple. I mentioned yesterday on the Voyager podcast live stream that it is safe. Some of you are very hesitant, and I understand that. But Crypto.com is also getting some feedback. Sorry. Crypto.com is also FDIC insured. So it is the same as your bank account. They have all the same encryption. They have even better encryption. They have all the same protections in place as your bank, if not better. In my opinion, even better. So you don't have anything to fear by attaching your bank account to this company. They are legit. Crypto.com is the one that just bought the rights to the old Staples Center here in LA. And I believe it's a 10-year right where now it's not called Staples Center anymore, you guys. Some of you know this. Some of you don't. Let me blow your mind for a second. It's called Crypto.com Center. That's what it's called now. That's who we're dealing with here. It's not some fly-by-night company. So sign up, put in the promo code, go through the steps, attach your bank account. And here at the end of the video, it's pretty explanatory. You're going to see, let me see if I can zoom. You're going to see some screens like this. You can see this first screen here. It's deposits. And you can deposit your crypto into, kind of like Voyager, into one of the accounts, and you're going to earn interest. You can see just an example here. XRP, 8% interest, ETH, 8% interest, CRO, which is the Crypto.com token, 8% interest. On USDT or USDC, I believe they're running at 8%, and then you can go up another rung to 10% by buying some of their own token and holding that in the wallet. But you don't need to worry about that yet. But I would say that go ahead, if you're transferring in $100 or $500 or whatever the number is, doesn't matter. Go ahead and swap that or buy into USDT or USDC, like I said with Voyager. That way you're going to go ahead and immediately start earning interest on that money. And that's the best way to go, in my opinion. They also, you can keep going and you can look here. There's Crypto.com Pay, which is, this is changing all the time, where you can start to pay for things kind of like with PayPal or Venmo using Crypto.com. Then one of their big perks is, and a lot of people love this, I don't yet have this, but they have a variety of tiers of credit cards. And you can look at this yourself, but they are very intriguing because it's very unique. What's required with their credit cards to get the maximum amount of like perks is that you buy their token and you stake a certain amount of their token, which is the CRO token. And by doing that, you move up in ranks on the color of Crypto.com card that you get. And then it goes to like some obsidian or, some black card or something that, hardly anybody can afford, but it gives you ridiculous perks. But this is like their entry here. You can see if I can zoom that a little bit more, make sure you can see it good. This is 3% cash back. I mean, that's good. It's better than most. But here's what's cool. They do creative things. 100% back on Spotify and Netflix. So just by having this credit card, they're going to give you Spotify and Netflix for free. Who does that? No one does that. I mean, maybe a few credit cards do, but I haven't seen it. Airport lounge. So if you travel a lot, and this just goes up and up with the perks that you get if you put more of the token into their platform. But airport lounge, and I've looked at this. It's I don't travel enough for it to matter that much, but you have these lounges throughout the country, and it's just included. So you have the perk of, like, if you're a Delta flyer and you get to go into the Delta lounge, you are included in this lounge perk if you have one of their credit cards. All the details are there. It's pretty cool. And then you can see this last one. If you have even this base credit card, I believe this is the base. Pretty sure it is. But you can see when you look through, like four or five different colors, and they're staggered upwards. This gives you 10% staking rewards on the CRO token that you're locking in to get the credit card. So let me say that again. To get the credit card, you're going to buy CRO, which is their token, Crypto.com's token, and you're going to do what we call stake. And we'll save this for another day as to how to do it. If you're interested in the how to do this task, I will happily answer any comments that you leave. Let me make sure that no one is sending me anything. Doesn't look like on this channel I'm getting anything, but Instagram is harder to look at. So, but if you're watching this and it's on a recording, then feel free to send me a message on comments or even DM, and I'll help you with what it means. But we'll tackle that in another video. You're going to buy the CRO token, and you're going to stake it or lock it into their platform. And you're not losing your CRO. You're not losing your token. You're just giving them liquidity is what really staking is all about. And by doing that, you're not giving them any tokens. They're just, if you have 1,000 of them, you stake them, you lock them in. You can remove them as well, but if you lock them in, and by doing that, they're going to pay you 10% interest on those tokens that you've locked. See what I'm saying? You can begin to see how the mushroom just opens up with this technology, and with blockchain, meaning with this whole new world that we're looking at on this channel. And the how-tos are so important because you've already missed out, some of you, on the last 2 years or even 3 to 4 years with like Crypto.com, even though it's been evolving in the meantime. You could have been making money this whole time. And that's why I say, follow this channel. I'm trying to help you. I really am. Send the link to people that you know that are interested. I want to help them. I have free time. I don't need the money. And I have 6 followers. I'm not making money, you guys. I'm trying to help you. But it's revolutionary what's happening. You're getting paid by just locking tokens that are still there. You can get them back anytime. but they're giving you 10% just by locking them up. Same is true for USDT and USDC. And then it gets even more, a little bit complicated, but you begin to get a hold of it when you start locking more of your CRO token. Your percentage on your USDT and USDC interest starts to go up as well. See how it's just this moving cycle, okay? And then you can see the next screen, and we'll end here. I want to make these as thorough as I can. And some of you, you don't need to watch this. You end it if you don't need to watch this, I hope already. It would be just boring. But those of you that don't know any of this, I want to give enough detail for you to grab a hold of it. The last screen, you can see kind of what it looks like on your app, what you'll be used to looking at. You'll see all the prices. It'll look just like like Robinhood. Again, if you're looking at the stock market type apps, if you've used that before, or really any app these days that work within the stock market, they're very similar. In fact, the market is very similar, other than being a whole lot more volatile. You can see all the prices, you can see the little charts, and you can click on one and you can buy or sell or transfer in and out of the platform into other locations, which you won't need to be doing any of that. But a more high level, as we get moving into other territories, you'll be transferring those tokens out into other platforms and doing other things with them, like farming and other sorts of DeFi, where your percentages go from 9%, 8%, 10% interest into, it's not at all uncommon for us to look into some farming opportunities in the DeFi world where you're earning 48% interest, or at times up to 200, even sometimes 900% interest. And some of you think there's just no way. It's not sustainable at 900% interest. Understand me. But yes, those are all over the place. And that's where it gets more of a full-time job, because now you're moving money. You're moving money from one location to the next, because the 900% interest might drop to 200% interest, and now you're not satisfied, believe it or not. And then you move back into a place where there's 700% interest, and you just are watching things more closely. But that's not where many of you are at. So you just don't need to worry about doing any of that yet, but just get your positions, just get your USD into or into crypto.com so that you're prepared. And again, use the promo code, use the link, whichever one, so you get $25 and let it sit in USDT, or go buy something for fun and see what happens. That's totally fine as well. Market wise, I do believe that we're going to continue to trend lower. I said it yesterday. We watched it drop almost $2,000 on our live stream, and we were at 38. Now we're at 34. We're down almost $4,000 from when we live streamed yesterday. So just I'm not there's no way to predict what's going to happen, and it's not financial advice, but I have ridden this before. I know what I'm looking for, and everything right now, even though the fundamentals look good, the sentiment and the psychology is we're not finished with this drop, and we may not be finished for a while. So my opinion would be, if you're asking the one question I always get, is it a good time to buy? If you're going to buy, just buy a little bit. We say trickle in, trickle out, cost average, dollar cost average in, dollar cost average out. Just buy a little bit. Do not buy 50% or let alone 100% of what you have in dry powder to be able to invest. Invest 5% of it, maybe 10% of it. I wouldn't even do 10% yet, because as we go lower, I believe we are going to, then you want to really be able to maximize those low points so that your dollar cost average starts as low as possible. Okay, does that make sense? I hope. So all this to say, this is the other opportunity to get your money in quick, easy. You can move money in and out of your bank account, by the way, as well, by doing it this way. So that if you send money in and you make a little bit of money, you can also bring it back out, back to your bank account. And that's awesome. That's awesome, right? It's super easy. Again, FDIC insured, nothing to be scared of. So as I say at the end always, guys, I love you. Even though I may never meet some of you, I want you to know that I really am in this for you. I'm for you. I'm with you. I'm in the journey. I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not going to tell you something that I personally am not doing myself. And I think you'll learn to trust me if you don't know me over time, that I really am sincere in saying that. So hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful. And until next time, let's go.